Peace and blessings, everyone. Welcome to Spotlight. I'm Ed Juenka, and as promised, we have the members of the Tourist Board back again this week. And we have some very important members of the Tourist Board, the BVI Tourist Board, on Spotlight over the last couple of weeks. Some heavy hitters. Acting Director Marcia Smith Hamilton, Marketing Manager Leonard Harrigan, Policy and Product Manager Ms. Natasha Chalwell, Sister Islands Manager Ms. Shireen Flax Charles, Webmaster Ms. Robin Gray, and Niche Liaison Manager Ms. Victorine Cricky. So those are my guests this evening, and we're going to be talking about the activities coming up for Tourism Month, which begins in a couple of days, November. November's Tourism Month, so we're going to have a lot to talk about this evening, and I'm going to open the phones a little earlier this week. I know last week I was chastised for not opening up the phone sooner, so we're going to open it up a little sooner so you could ask about the tourism product. We're going to have a lot of discussion this evening. So I'm going to be right back with my guests right after these words from our sponsors, so you keep it locked right here to Spotlight.
This program is sponsored by the law firm of J.S. Archibald & Co. and by the trust company J.S. Archibald Trust Services Limited, both of Roadtown, Tortola, BVI.
Welcome back to Spotlight. I want to welcome my guests for the first segment. We're going to have a couple of segments. We take in 3 guests at a time. And my first guest, Leonard Harrigan. She is the marketing manager. Welcome to Spotlight. Good to see you again.
Good to see you too.
Yes, think about making your co-host.
You always saying that whenever I come on, then I don't hear from you, Cromwell.
This is true?
Yes. But I'm up for it, so you can negotiate.
You ready to go?
Yeah.
All right, good. So we're going to hook you up.
Mm-hmm.
And Ms. Shireen Flax Charles, you could be another co-host. You always, it's about like your third time?
Yes.
In Spotlight. Yep. Sister Island Manager, it's good to have you.
Thank you.
And Ms. Natasha Chalwell, it's good to see you again too.
Thank you.
Policy and Product Manager, welcome to Spotlight. I want to start with you, Ms. Lynette Harrigan. This is Tourism Month coming up. You have a number of activities. Without going into the activities, can you just give us a brief rundown of what you have planned for Tourism Month?
Well, the first thing we have on Thursday is our industry meeting, and we want to reach out to all our listening audience and to invite them to come to HLSCC on Thursday from 9:30 until about 2:30. And we have some great speakers. The premier is going to be there, our chairman. We're going to hear from our airline partners as well as our overseas offices. They're all here. And so they'll be talking to us and talking to the industry. So I think, and I should say, I don't think people should miss that. It's a kickoff, and you'll get a lot of information there about what the board is doing, what we have been doing for the past few months, and other up and coming events that's going to be taking place.
So the industry partners in the BVI,
yes,
as well as the general population, can expect
yes,
that whatever is happening in tourism in the BVI for this upcoming season and beyond will be that knowledge will be available to all of us.
Yes, whether you work in tourism or whether your business in tourism. Tourism is everybody's business, and our slogan is we need you. So of course And everyone needs to come out.
It's important. Tourism helps to pay the mortgage.
Yes.
Yes.
I mean, when you listen to somebody telling us the other day how it trickled down, it's amazing.
Yes.
Yeah.
It does. So just go through the other quickly.
Well, we have on Virgin Gorda, we're going to have our open house, which of course Shireen will talk about in a little bit. Photo competition, Robin, which is always a very exciting event during our tourism month. My baby is the BVI Restaurant Week, which I'm very excited about. So I'm going to give you some new information about that.
We're going to talk about that in a few minutes.
Yes.
So.
I know Davide was on last week talking about it. What else we have? Green in Tourism Workshop, open house here on Tortola and Virgin Gorda. We do invite people to come by and see us, talk with us, because we want to talk to everybody, let everybody know what we're doing, and at least chat, and it's going to be great. So. Wait, one more, okay?
I want you to give me the list. I want you to go down the whole list.
Okay.
Just to introduce the list.
Yes, okay. We have also the film workshop, which our film commissioner, Rodney, will be hosting, and that is for school kids. We also have awards, and Vicky will talk about that later and tell you how you can play a part in those awards, as well as Tourism Family Feud, which is a new segment, and I think it's going to be an exciting one. And then we have our grand finale.
Okay.
So, and in between that, you never know what would pop up during the month.
All right, great. And you're in charge of restaurant
BVI Restaurant Week.
And tell us a little bit about that. Tell us about the kickoff and why and what that's about.
Oh, that's good. The BVI Restaurant Week has taken off in such a way that they're so excited they can't wait. We met with the restaurants and we really had a brainstorming session. So this is between Tourist Board and the restaurants. They played a very important part in helping us put this all together. And on November 9th at Norlight Park, we have about 24 restaurants going to be there. And this is a free event. So in other words, you can come by and you're going to get a taste of what BVI Restaurant Week menu is going to be like.
Give us names of a few restaurants going to be there.
Banana Key, Capriccio, Long Bay, Peter Island, Little Dix Bay, Scrub Island, Treasure Isle, Harris Place in Jost Van Dyke, Mermaid Dockside in Virgin Gorda, Village Key, Rock Cafe. I mean, this is from Virgin Gorda and Jost Van Dyke are going to be here in Tortola, showcasing their meal as well. So it's not just the restaurants here in Tortola, it's going to be in Norlight Park, and that is a great thing that's going to make this so special because
everybody's going to be able to come by and get a taste.
Yes, a free taste, and another kicker to it is that Caribbean Cellars and Proudly African is going to be there showcasing the wines.
So what about bartenders? Are we going to get any of those? Are they not part of this restaurant?
No, they will.
Event? Because the bartenders have some fantastic cocktails.
But this is going to be wine and then the sampling of the meal.
Okay.
So this is going to be a special event from 11 until 2.
And during the week now, starting from when? During
the restaurant week, from the 16th to the 24th, you have a chance, and I'm telling you right now, nobody's cooking that week.
We are going around to the restaurant.
Yes. This is our thing. All the residents in the BVI, we're telling you, you are going up because this restaurant went way out. This prices between $20 to $45. You can't beat that.
Because I was just getting ready to say some of these restaurants you're talking about, Peter Island, and these are Little Dix Bay. These are expensive restaurants.
Well,
and
they
a little fella like me can't afford to go.
Well, I'm expecting to see you out there.
And I love good restaurant food.
Well, I'm going to tell you, you book and go Peter Island, go Little Dix Bay, and trust me, you can afford it. But don't go by yourself.
So you're talking about the big discounts for people that want to go out during restaurant week.
Between $20 and $45.
Okay, and tell us the date on that again.
16th to the 24th.
Okay.
But the thing about it also with these menus, they're not just a sample menu. You're talking 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 courses.
So it's going
For
to be
that price, yes.
So could say you have to go to like maybe one restaurant a night, or you're not going to be able to eat all that food.
Well, to be honest, for me, there's so many I really want to go to more than one. So I'm thinking maybe starting around 4 o'clock and try to hit at least 2 a night.
you guys be going up from all in the evening.
I want to start from 4 and hit at least 2 a night, yes.
Okay. Now, I noticed on the restaurants, right, that local dishes are not usually on the restaurant on the menu, and so are we going to see some local dishes
Yes,
in the
we
restaurants on the
have.
menu?
When you said local dish, you're talking about what? Conchs, lobster,
our local
whales,
fish dishes, our
fish,
local
grouper.
seafood dishes.
Yes, they're all on the menu. They have, and even the desserts, local tarts and all that.
I was getting to that because I've been fussing all the time. I go to eat in a nice restaurant, and because the restaurant is nice, it doesn't seem like the tat is nice enough to be served in a nice restaurant.
Well, for this, you're definitely going to get local tart.
And carrot cake and all the local desserts that we are so fond of here.
I'm even seeing one, the flourless chocolate cake, and they said it's made here in the BVI.
Okay.
So that's a big hit as well.
I keep you, I put you on the spot. I don't know whether to ask you about this or ask Natasha, the person in charge of the product, but I'm going to probably ask you both about a lot of people watching. They're concerned about the service in the restaurant, the consistency of pleasantness and attention, particularly in the restaurants.
Well,
the tourist board is going to be doing anything about that, trying to work to get that attitude change.
Well,
doing some training. In actuality, our business development area, our acting director and Faye Smith-Penn have been working on different training sessions, but there's a lot more that can be done. We do work with the properties on all of the islands because it is something that needs to be upgraded. We realize that, and I think a lot of the properties realize it as well. So, but training is ongoing, so you can't say that we just completed some training sessions over the summer and that's it. It has to be continuous, it has to be ongoing, and you have to have the buy-in from the different establishments.
I was thinking about making training, service training mandatory, because this seminar workshop thing, I remember a few years back, a consultant was hired for quite a large sum of money to train restaurant workers and so people in the service industry. And there were a lot of workshops, a lot of hoopla, a lot of publicity, but we can attest to the fact that we still need to improve the consistency of the service. So it seems to me like this voluntary training is not working, and we need to say, if you're going to work in the service industry, you must have this little certificate that said that you graduate from this institute, of this service training institute. Any takers on that idea?
I think it's a great idea. I support it, and I think it's conversations that we have had and have discussed with the board. Where it goes from here, not quite sure, but it's definitely something that has been discussed, because it just might be the way to ensure that this service is up to par and the kind of quality that we want to match the product that we are out there selling.
Okay. I'm going to go to Miss Shireen Flex Childs. Give Miss Harrigan a break there for a minute to cool off. Miss Flex Childs, it's good to see you. How is it in Virgin Gorda? You're having an open house in Virgin Gorda.
Yes, we are.
What is your goal of having this open house?
Well, the open house on Virgin Gorda, our focus is on the students. As you are aware, the government of the day is very keen on making sure that our young people know and understand what tourism is. So what we do for tourism open house is to invite all of the schools, primary and high school in Virgin Gorda, and they come in different segments. We give them a tour of all of our stalls, which would be different departments within the tourist board, and give them a little, I wouldn't call it a lecture, but have them understand what tourism is all about, how we operate at the board, and then we have some fun also, because we will have music as well, and we will have videos and so forth to showcase. This year we're also hoping to have some of our industry partners on board to display what they do in the tourism business. For instance, Dive BVI is keen on coming out, because one of the things that I think we need to look at in tourism, we do not have a lot of local scuba divers out there taking persons out to see what we are marketing. And we will also have Big Thing Charters, which is a sports fishing business on Virgin Gorda as well, that will display and speak with the kids about the importance of the sports fishing industry to the British Virgin Islands and what we can do to improve on it.
Okay, I have to take a break for a word from our sponsors, and I want to continue the discussion on the importance of tourism, and the explanation to the young people, to the children is good, but I don't think as adults we understand the importance of tourism, particularly from an economic standpoint. So I want to know what you're doing about that. So keep it locked right at the Spotlight. We'll be right back after these words from our sponsors.
Spotlight is brought to you by Bolo's High Tech Printery, Virgin Island Motors, and Clarence Thomas Limited.
Welcome back to Spotlight. I'm Edgy Wenka, and I'm here with members of the BVI Tourist Board. November's Tourism Month, and we are talking about the activities that's coming up to bring our attention, to focus BVI landers, people living in the Virgin Islands, on the tourism product, so that we're able to sell it, to appreciate it, and to participate in it. And my first three guests are Lynette Harrigan, she's the marketing manager, Ms. Shireen Flex Childs, she's the Sister Islands manager, and Ms. Natasha Chilwell, she's the product manager, right? Product manager?
Policy
and product manager. And we left off talking, Shireen, about the open house, and you were talking about the kids. Before I ask my question, the question that came out of bringing the kids, are you going to bus the kids in? Is that a coordinated effort with the Brigada Flax and the primary school?
Yes, it is, with all of the schools, private and public, on Virgin Gorda.
Okay. So
and we're going to make those arrangements as soon as they give us the numbers. So, and some of the schools are very close by, so historically a lot of them make what we would call a nature walk out of it, and just walk on over, and we'll have refreshments for them as well. And we will also have lots of things for the adults to do as well, and to look at and to understand as well what we're doing at the board.
Okay, so when you speak, you're going to be primarily speaking to the young people, though. Are you going to address some issues, some old folks issues, like the fact that tourism is our second largest economic pillar, and what that means from an economic standpoint. How do we as adults benefit from tourism, what it means to us in terms of paying our bills. So that's fundamental as that. And why we shouldn't look at it as servitude, but really as a product and a service to our international community.
Well, definitely we will be ensuring that the adults as well understand what tourism means to the entire British Virgin Islands. I must say, from the Virgin Gorda perspective, that is all we basically have. We are not fortunate as you are in Tortola to have financial services, so there's a larger understanding of tourism on the sister islands because we don't have another economic pillar to sustain us. So we don't have as much work to do as the folks in Tortola, but we still continue to drive the points home and say, listen, this is all we have to preserve it, we have to be friendly, we have to maintain a certain standard. And so I think that we're on the right track as far as that's concerned.
Okay.
Sometimes starting with the kids too drives the point home to the parents and the adults. We found that a lot, so that method can work.
Okay. When is the open house?
The open house is on the 14th of November. It's a Wednesday. It begins at 10 o'clock and goes until 4. And it's at the Virgin Gorda Yacht Harbor where our office is located. We are having the event in the parking lot because our office is very tiny. But we will be inviting persons to have a sneak peek because we just did some renovations and it's very spa-like, very Virgin Gordian, and everybody loves the office, so we invite everyone to come out and have a look, on the 14th.
A Virgin Gorda brand office.
Yes.
That's key. Are you in charge of the table setting competition?
Yes, well, actually, I'm into ensuring that our young people, get involved, and I have 2 young people working with me in my office on Virgin Gorda, and one of them is Mr. Kyle Harrigan, and I have given him the responsibility of taking care of the table setting this year. And it's been a challenge because we were limiting it to only 20 students because of the confines of one of the sponsors, which is Rosewood Little Bay, and we actually ended up with 30 applications and still more kids wanting to come in. We had an idea last year, and for a couple of years actually, that we didn't come to fruition. So what we're going to do this year, 25 of the students will be competing in the table setting, and for the first time this year we're going to have a junior chef challenge.
Okay.
5 of the students will be actually preparing the meals for the table setting. So it's going to be a very, very exciting event.
Well, I'm glad to hear the junior chef competition because in my notes and while I was preparing for the show, I was wondering, and I thought that it would be a good idea to have various types of competitions throughout the industry. Best servers, best chefs, best bartenders,
Right.
Just like how you have international competition, you have some of that as local competition so that particularly servers get a feeling of appreciation, get something to work towards, have a goal, have some ambition, and perhaps increase the consistency in service.
Right, and one of the things we always tell the kids, you might start out as a dishwasher or a waiter and become the general manager of one of these 5-star properties. So, like you mentioned before, it's all about service and not servitude. And that is one of the things that we want to drive home, that yes, you might be waiting a table, but it also helps you with your life skills. You want to go to a nice restaurant and you don't want the kids to be like, okay, let me see who's going to take up the right fork and then I will follow because I don't know. So they're going to be teaching the kids all of these things. Rosewood is rolling out the red carpet as they always do every year. Rotown Wholesale is providing all of the drinks and the food, and you know, we will be inviting the public. Usually comes and views as well the event. So you know, I think that we need to encourage the young people, because this is just a stepping stone to bigger and better things, and we've also had suggestions coming from a lot of the children at the school. They want a housekeepers challenge as well.
So that
you know,
there goes my point, right?
We are doing it gradually.
Yeah. I don't want, I'm not trying to put you on the spot. I want to know how much you know of the Little Licks Bay training program that they think they're developing. Do you know about it, where they're trying to get more local persons involved in the hotel industry?
Well, we at the Tourist Board have worked quite a bit with Rosewood Little Licks Bay over the years, and one of the things that come out of the table setting and now the Junior Chef Challenge, some of the students will be selected to work in their student job program during the Christmas holidays, and a lot of them have done exceptionally well. Last year we've had students from Brigada Flax actually working in the kitchen, cooking, you know, preparing the meals, the desserts, etc. And we've had a lot of the students from the table setting also waiting tables, etc. at the hotel. So there are job opportunities as well, and there are some of the students that actually participated, you know, 5 years ago that are now working at the hotel on a full-time basis.
Okay. Well, I wanted to give them a plug because they graciously allowed you to bump them off to be on the spotlight for these couple of weeks. So I wanted to, and you gave me the opportunity to give them a plug, and I think it's a great thing for them to do, to have a program to try to increase local participation in the tourism industry. So,
Right.
and I hope they reschedule to come back again.
I'm sure they will, and I really want to publicly say a big thank you to Rosewood. They have, every year they actually do more and more for us as it relates to the table setting competition, among other things. And it's good when you have the industry getting involved as well, because it's not just about the Tourist Board, it's about the entire industry and about the community.
You got any prizes for the winners of the competition?
Yes, I think that's why we probably keep getting more and more students, because their bank accounts get fatter every time we have this competition. And we do offer cash prizes in the form of bank accounts, and the prizes range from $100 to $500.
Okay.
And we also have some of the industry partners, Leverick Bay for instance, they would give a weekend stay with a parent, of course, you know, to stay at Leverick Bay.
So when is the competition going to take place? When
Okay,
and
well,
where?
training begins on Monday, November 5th, and it ends on the 9th. They train every afternoon after school. We provide a bus that takes all of the kids to Little Licks right after school. And the competition is on the 11th, which is a Sunday, and it will be a lunch.
That's
at
the 11th of November.
Yes, at 11:30 it begins.
Okay. And people wanting to get more information about that. In fact, you don't want anybody to call you again, right?
You can call for information, but there's a long waiting list for students.
Okay, but it's already filled. All the slots.
Yes, it is filled.
It's already filled.
You know, we always hate to say no to young people
Right.
when they're doing something positive, and especially for us when it's about tourism.
But for persons that want additional information,
They can call our office on Virgin Gorda at 495-5181, or they can
call the Tourist
call
Board.
the Tourist Board in Tortola as well. They will point you in the right direction, and you know, we'll be happy to give you more details.
Okay, that's great. I want to go to you, Miss. I think we covered basically everything, or you got something?
Well, as far as the open house and the table setting, we cross a lot of the stuff that we do since I'm with the Sister Island. So
Okay, so you all will jump in back and forth,
Right.
because it's
Yes.
it's my turn to attack Natasha. I'm just joking, Natasha. Yes, policy and product manager. What does that involve? Policy and product manager.
Well, we're managing the product, which is everything that we're selling. So from attractions to services, even transportation, that's all part of the product. So we may not own attractions, but we get involved. So we have a lot of partnerships, like with national parks, conservation, because they're handling the beaches, but the visitors are at the beaches enjoying them. Even with the Airports Authority, we have partnerships there because obviously our visitors need to get here. So it involves many aspects, and we.
So you have the biggest job in tourism.
Well, the product is the first P in marketing, isn't it? So yes, those of us in product like to say that it is the most important part.
Yes. Now, there's been a lot of talk over the last several years about tourism product. BVI's tourism product. And I don't know if we know what the tourism product is, because you ask people, well, what is our tourism product? They might not know. Perhaps you could give us a vision, a tourist board vision of what visitor experience should be like when they come to the BVI. What visitor experience do we want to give to our visitors?
Okay. I wish I had one of our ads, but for instance, that lovely picture that you're seeing on our Tourism Month calendar. So when we're out in the marketplace, we have these images in the magazines, TV commercials. So we're making promises. We're showing these images of couples on a beautiful beach, and everything is pristine. And people create images of themselves on that beach. They see themselves there. They want to go there. And they dream of it, and they start building up expectations. So it's our job here on the ground to make sure that we meet those expectations. So from the very moment that they start contacting us, whether it's at one of the trade shows that we're at or just going on our website, that's part of our product. What is the website delivering? Is the information accurate? Is it easy to navigate? How are our sales reps at the trade shows? Are they easy to speak to? Do they have a lot of information and knowledge? So that's usually one of the first steps. And then the whole process of getting here. Is it easy? Is it easy to get a flight? What is the process? What is the transition? For instance, if you're flying into St. Thomas, then you have to catch a ferry. Then you come into one of our ports of entry. Is it comfortable? Did somebody meet you and greet you in a friendly manner? What were the frontier services like? That's Immigration and Customs. Did they do their security job, but in a friendly, welcoming way? How were the taxi drivers after you passed the frontier services? Were they friendly? Were they knowledgeable? Thereafter, you're driving on the roads. That's part of the product. Did they fall in a big pothole and never come out? On their way to their hotels. The hotel is part of the product. The workers that are there. How was that first encounter with the front desk clerk? Did they welcome you? Did they use your name? Did they offer you a nice refreshment because you just traveled, for hours from who knows where in the States, and you had that whole transition through St. Thomas, and you just drove down the roads and dealt with all the potholes. So all of these things are part of the product. And then all of the things that the visitors are doing, they're going to the beaches, Was the beach clean? Was it that image that they saw when they were at the trade show?
When they look at the picture.
Exactly. And
Was the water still blue?
was the water blue? Was it pristine? All of these things are aspects of the product
Were
that
the
we have to
people- were the
live.
people friendly?
Were
Were
the
the people
people
smiling?
friendly?
Yeah.
Were the kids on the street? Because sometimes, some of our commercials or some of our ads, you have these kids, smiling.
Everybody
Did
saying
they
good morning.
actually?
Everybody saying
Did
good
they say
morning.
good
Yes.
morning?
Yeah.
We have that the commercial that we did. Good morning, Mary. I think
Hi,
it is.
Mary.
Hi, Mary.
Yes.
So, people will expect those things, and are we delivering? And it's not just for the tourist board to deliver. It's not just for the hotelier or the taxi driver to deliver. It's for all of us in the community, because the whole destination is what we sell.
And this is why the Tourist Board is embarking on this tourism month with these various activities, so that we can understand how important it is for us to maintain and even better that experience.
Absolutely.
We're taking a break, and when I come back, I got some serious stuff to ask you. We'll be right back with more Spotlight right after these words from our sponsors.
This program is sponsored by the law firm of J.S. Archibald & Co. and by the trust company J.S. Archibald Trust Services Limited, both of Rotown, Tortola, BVI.
Welcome back to Spotlight. I'm having a good time, as you can tell. I'm here with members of the high-ranking officials of the BVI Tourist Board, Ms. Lynette Harrigan, Ms. Shireen Flax Charles, and Ms. Natasha Chalwell, and we're talking about a tourism product. Tourism month is November. There are a bunch of activities coming up in November. Tourism industry meeting is a must. It's a must go to. That's in the HLSCC auditorium. It's Eileen L. Parsons Auditorium on Thursday, the 1st of November. That's tomorrow. That's Thursday, right?
Thursday.
That's what I just said, Thursday. Senior moment. Yes, and it's going to be all the industry partners going to be there. The airlines, the hotels, the restaurants,
Overseas offices.
And we really
Premier?
the premier.
Yes, Premier.
Well,
Chairman.
especially the premier. He got a lot to answer for. He got a lot of questions to answer, because we want to know when the tourist numbers is going to start trending upwards. From 2007, the tourist numbers are trending downwards, and we want to know when that corner is going to turn, so we could start preparing to take advantage of the opportunity. So the Minister of Tourism got a lot of stuff to talk about, a lot of questions to answer, so you've got to be there. So there's a lot going on: church service, boat show, restaurant week kickoff, table setting competition, photo competition, the cleanup campaign, heard about that last week, the film workshop you heard about last week, BVI restaurant week, lots of good food to eat at great prices, greening tourism, and I'll come back, my guest, and we're talking to Natasha about the product, and she's the person in charge of the whole product, and you heard her beautifully outline the product. I was impressed with our own product. That was good.
It is an impressive product. We should be proud.
It's an impressive product, and I know we like to bash it at times, and I think we bash it mostly because of we want the service to improve. We want the quality of the service to improve in the product. So that's mainly, and we want the place clean.
Clean, yeah. Simple, easy things.
Yes, yeah. Clean, good service, and we need to have our historical sites so that people could come and get an educational experience as well. Part of that whole experience. So you have a project coming up, the greening of the BVI. What does that mean, and how you plan to get that done?
Well, this is exciting for me, and probably a topic that you would like. Last year we launched our STEP program, actually last year, November, the Sustainable Tourism Environmental Program. we piloted 4 local properties, and we assisted them in setting up an EMS, an environmental management system. I try not to bore people too much with the big words. I know you had Charlotte on here one time, and she was telling people not to be afraid of all these sustainable and environmental words, but that is what they are. And we have successfully certified 2 of the 4 properties already. We've got a 3rd property about to be certified anytime on Virgin Gorda.
So they certified as green properties?
They are certified Green Globe.
Okay.
So we established the environmental management system, which basically teaches them how to reduce electricity use, reduce their chemical usage, water usage. Everything is actually going back to the basics. We
Behave
don't
in an environmentally sustainable way.
Absolutely. And just making the properties understand that the environment is part of one of the main products that we're selling, and we have to do our part to protect.
Yes.
And as a tourism industry, we understand that we are bringing many people to the territory, and there are impacts, so we have to be responsible.
Can you name the 4 properties?
Sure. We have Gordian Terrace in Virgin Gorda, and they're about to be certified. We have Mayette's Garden Inn, who are certified, and the first property that was certified was Agape Cottages. We are also working on Serendipity House on Tortola, and they will be certified by the end of November. So we are very excited because Green Globe is an international certification, and it is specifically for the tourism industry. For the tourist board, it gives us an additional marketing platform. And they have a reach of almost 500,000 people in their database of tour operators, travel agents, even visitors that are specifically looking for environmentally friendly properties and destinations.
And that's becoming an even greater market now. People are...
That's true.
They're asking for it.
Yes, they're consciously
They're consciously asking for
acting on their conscience.
Yes,
Yes.
exactly.
Consciously acting on their conscience and want to come to places that share their values.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So that's cool. So you're having a workshop.
We're having a workshop because although it will start on the 19th, so we're going to have one on Tortola, Virgin Gorda, Anegada, and Jos Van Dyke. Tortola is the 19th, Virgin Gorda is the 20th, Anegada the 21st, and Jos Van Dyke on the 23rd.
And this workshop are for persons or for property owners that want to go green?
Property owners or managers that are interested in going green, or just reducing their impacts, and also it helps the bottom line. If you set up a system, for instance, in your dining room, you have a large dining room that can seat 50 people, and it's a slow night, you will tell your servers, okay, we're going to sit everybody in this area of the dining room, so we're just going to run the 2 fans there, everything else on this side we're going to shut. Simple things, but sometimes it's just a matter of practice and a matter of reminding the staff and the workers to think that way.
So it not only attracts visitors, but you also save money.
You save money as a business.
And protect the environment.
Yes. Exactly. So it's a win-win.
Win all the time. Yeah. It's a win-win-win. It's
Win-win-win.
3 wins.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And our hoteliers definitely check the bottom line, so that's important to them.
Okay, cool. So persons wanting to attend the workshop can contact you where?
Persons that want to attend the workshop can call the tourist board. They can ask for Sasha Flax or myself, but Sasha is actually one of the young persons that Shireen was mentioning that we're bringing on board, and I'm excited because Sasha has the love for the whole greening area that I do, so I'm happy to have her assisting, and she's really moving this workshop.
All right, cool. You talk about the environment and greening. When Charlotte was on, she shocked me to death. You know, you've actually seen a zombie sitting here right now. But she said that we have killed off about 98% of our coral reef.
And that's scary.
And that is a major part of our product.
Absolutely.
So what you doing about that, Natasha?
Well, like I said, teaching the properties to do things like reduce chemical usage, because properties, especially beachfront properties, many of our properties are beachfront or waterfront. You know, if you're using chemicals, it's going to leak into the water and it's going to affect the coral reef. Instead of using Clorox, you can use vinegar. It has the same effect. So teaching, you know, the use of products that are friendly.
You know that you have been allowing the yachts to use TBT for the longest. That has been banned all over the world, and now I have turned our conchs, all our female conchs into males.
Yes.
And we're no longer gonna have conch soup. It's no longer gonna be a delicacy on the menu. And you just continue to allow that. I mean, why is that? Why don't you have the power to stop that behavior?
Well, I think that it's something that we all have to push to see policy changes. We started our sustainable program with on land,
Right.
but it doesn't mean that we're going to stop there. We understand that there are more berths than beds, and we have to do these kind of programs for the marine industry. So at the board, we're going to do our part to help educate as much as we can, and push for policy changes as well.
And people, I was just joking. It's not her fault.
Thank you.
I wasn't. I mean, I was just playing a serious role here. She understood. It's not her fault. I know some people. You're the one.
Yes.
And I think there's a similar organization that certifies the marine side. Is it Blue Flag?
Mm-hmm.
So
We've looked at that
we have looked at the Blue Flag program. So
Are we going to be planting more coral reefs? Charlotte is telling me that we could rejuvenate, or we could plant coral reef, and we could rejuvenate our coral reefs. Is that something that you're going to try to influence the policy decision makers into?
Well, I think
tourist board generally is going
if
to take it further.
projects come up and we look at the project as an opportunity to enhance the marine product, I can't see why we wouldn't support something positive.
But was something that you would initiate? Is that something the tourist board? And when I get the acting director on here, she's gonna have a lot to pay for. Because it seems to me like the tourist board should be part of the policy driving mechanism in the government, not just selling the product, but maintaining the product and fussing when the product is being degraded or degraded.
Well, we definitely do.
We do a lot of fussing, and we do try our best to walk along with the agencies that do have the regulations to push a lot of those things. There are a lot of areas though where the regulations need to be amended. So it is something that we're working towards.
So you don't cuss out the government of the day and ask
We
them,
do our job professionally.
Right.
We get our points across.
What are you doing to the what is this? You're crazy? You want us to do the job or what? Talk to them rough, like that.
We try very hard in a professional way to get the point across.
Okay, anything I left out that you want to get across? Because we're going to take a break and bring on the other guests.
Well, I know that you heard from Honorable Christian and Keep It Clean campaign, but
Yes.
there's another component that we are working on Virgin Gorda, on the Sister Islands, and it's the Line Without Littering. I think Shireen can speak to that quickly.
Well, actually, it's a program that is in conjunction with the Tourist Board. Called Line Without Littering, along with Voices, a community group, and our industry partners. And what it is industry partners can donate one of these signs. Their logo goes right here, and we just happen to have walked with the Rosewood Little Dix Bay sign. These will be placed all around Virgin Gorda, and we hope to have it on all of the islands in the BVI. And I must tell you that we placed one of these outside our office where we had a problem, and I am telling you,
I like that.
it really worked.
Lime without littering.
Lime without littering. You know, we in the Caribbean always lime in. We eat and drink and we're having fun, and we have to remember to use the trash can. So this, I think, is going to be a great program, and it involves not just our industry but people in the community who care that our islands are kept clean.
Yes. And I think let me give them, email me about that program so I could talk about it all the time on
right,
television
because
and
you
radio.
can donate to Voices who assist with having the signs made. They're only $75 a piece, and we have gotten quite a few donations so far, but we need more.
Yeah, just send me all the particulars so I could remember. And I don't litter, but I have to walk too far to get to the next garbage can. And I have to be walking around with my bottle, with my cup, and I'm walking and I'm looking. I don't like that. So we need to get some more.
With the Department of Waste Management.
Yes, I need a receptacle every block. Your restaurant, your restaurant week. Anything I forgot to grill you about?
Yes. One, folks, if you want to get look at the menu,
grill about.
You can go to www.bvitourism.com/restaurant week, and also don't forget on the 9th we want to see everybody come by in the Norlight Park. The Razor Blades are going to be there. And also to make sure they come out and participate in Restaurant Week. You can call us at the tourist board. We'll email the rest, the menus as well. So and I'm hoping at the restaurants I go, I'm seeing you there with a group of friends. That's what we're going to do. We're calling all our friends and putting groups together, and we're going to make this.
We're going to have a good time.
Yes, so I'm hoping when I walk into the restaurant, I'm seeing you.
And don't forget the ferry.
Yes,
Speedy is one of our sponsors
That's
for that.
Right. And he's offering
$25
special
during
rate.
the week and $5 on the 17th and 18th. So the 17th,
those are days to come to Project.
I know the 17th I have something to do, but the 18th I would be on that ferry on the 18th for sure.
Okay, cool.
And we're also working with Just Van Dyke to work on a special ferry for folks to be able to go Just Van Dyke as well.
That's good. So all the information is at the tourist board. All the information that you missed that I didn't bring out, we didn't talk about tonight. You can get that at the tourist board. The number is 494-3134. BVI Tourist Board. Okay, we're gonna take a break, and we're gonna bring on the acting director, Miss Marcia Smith Hamilton. Hamilton Smith. Smith Hamilton, I said it right the first time. And Miss Robin Gray, she's the webmaster, along with Victorine Cricky. Miss Victorine Cricky, she's the niche liaison manager, and we're going to be talking about the photo competition, tourism awards, and all things tourism. We'll be right back after these words from our sponsors, and when we come back, we could be you on the phones or on the text. The numbers will come up on the screen. Keep it locked right here to Spotlight.
Spotlight is brought to you by the National Bank of the Virgin Islands, Tortola Concrete Limited, and CCT Global Communications.
Welcome back to Spotlight. I'm Juenka, and we are back again. This time we have 3 new guests, and we have the acting director, Miss
Marcia
Smith Hamilton. I don't know what that's about. And Miss Victorine Cricky, she's a niche liaison manager, and Miss Robin Gray, she's a webmaster and in charge of the photo competition. Welcome to Spotlight.
Thank you for having us.
Good. And let me start with Robin first.
Okay.
Okay. Since you were here already.
Yes.
You know, we gotta give somebody else
Most definitely,
a
I
chance.
understand.
You don't mind, right?
Not at all.
Okay. And the numbers are on the screen. Well, they're coming up soon. And you can call or you can text and ask your questions or make a comment. There's a lot to know about tourism, and there's a lot of important things going on. And even though November is Tourism Month, and there are a lot of activities, it doesn't stop you from asking the tough questions, because you have the people here and they're on the spot. So don't lose the opportunity. Ms. Gray, you are in charge of the photo competition. We're having a photo competition for the November month, the tourism month in November. Yes?
Yes.
Talk to us a little bit about that.
The Tourism Month photo competition actually has technically already happened. Our deadline for entries was the 15th of October. We had some great entries from both the amateur and professional levels. There's a lot of great talent in the BVI.
It was two separate
We did
levels?
2 separate levels, and we did 4 suggested categories, which were landscape, cultural and historic events, and then we did a other category for images that didn't quite fall into those categories. We had 15 individuals enter, and a total of probably about 51 images. We did a round of social voting first, which allowed our followers around the world in the BVI to vote on their favorite images.
So you had it up on
It was on our
online?
Facebook, on our website, all of our social.
Oh, how come we didn't know anything about this?
It was up for a week. We did the social voting. The images are still on our Facebook page. Then we did some judging in-house with members of the tourist board, and we also had 2 photographers as well. Our in-house photographer, Mr. Melville Letsam, and then of course we had a guest judge, Mr. Jim Shiner from Rainbow Visions, who graciously came in and gave us his time to help us pick the images.
So what was the reason for the photo competition? What was the expectation?
It was to give us a chance to see the BVI through the BVI's eyes. We wanted to see what the people who live and work here every day, how they see the BVI. Not always just how we see it from a marketing perspective. It also gave us the ability to showcase a lot of the talent that we have in here in the BVI and give them an opportunity to show us what they can do and what the BVI means to them.
And do we have photos, some of those photos we can use in promo, marketing, advertising?
Yes, the images will be used for social, print. Hopefully we will include some of the images in our 2014 calendar. Unfortunately, we couldn't do the 2013 calendar as the deadline had already passed for the competition. But hopefully the 2014 will be showcasing some of the images from the competition this year.
And what did do you had winners already? They had winners who were selected?
There are winners that have been selected. They have not been announced yet. They will be announced during the opening of the photo exhibit. There was 2.
When will that be?
The photo exhibit opens on the 12th of November. It will be at the 1780 Lower Estate Sugar Works Museum. We'll be doing an opening night from 5 p.m. on the 12th.
And that's going to be a reception kind of opening
There'll be
thing
a
where
small
we could
reception.
come and get wine and cheese.
Yes, Roadtown Wholesale has partnered with us to be doing a lovely wine sampling while we have the exhibit, and then the photos will be on display. Unfortunately, we can't display all the images that we received, so we'll be displaying the images that won place and honorable mentions. So we're hoping that will be a nice little kickoff, and then the exhibit will run till the end of the month.
So even if you didn't make the opening, you could go step into the Sugar Works Museum until that time.
Until the 30th.
Until
The display will be up until the 30th.
Yeah, until the end of the tourism month, and look and see the photos and so on yourself, right? Oh, so that's cool. The numbers are. I thought the number was on the screen. Yes, there they go. Numbers on the screen. We're looking to hear from you. If you want to make a comment, ask a question, please give us a call. You can send a text if you don't want. If you're trying to resist, avoid voice recognition. you could text us and participate in the discussion. So the photo competition is past, but we have the exhibit coming up, and it's mainly so that we could get a look at the BVI through some of the photographers' eyes.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Ms. Victorine Cricky, Niche Liaison Manager. Yeah, you have tourism awards, and we were talking earlier about having competition for various players in the tourism industry, whether it was the chef, the bartenders, the servers, the people like the housekeeping, and all these people to have a little competition among themselves and who's the best in housekeeping, who's the best in waitressing or serving, and that sort of stuff. And here you are with tourism awards. Tell us about tourism awards. What is that?
Well, the Tourism Awards, what we've decided to do is have to choose a few areas in which we could have people recognize, but we wanted this to be an avenue for the public to be involved. We wanted to involve our local public, regional, and international. So we have posted it on our website and our Facebook and our tourism blog as well. And it's one thing we want the public to know, that the choices, at the end of the day, the choices are not those chosen by the British Virgin Islands Tourist Board. However, these are totally the people's choice. So
these are People's Choice Award. Let me get this phone call. Thank you very much for calling Spotlight. Go right ahead, please.
Good night, Joanne. How are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you, my brother. Thanks for holding on.
See that you have some very trusted people there.
Yes.
And it's a very good show.
Who is who in tourism? Yes. We're very pleased to have them. Go right ahead, my brother.
Well, tourism is very important. 60% of the population even is spread out there. So I'm glad to see the work that is ahead of us in November, the awareness, the preparedness, and the preparation. And I got to give the staff credit for the energy that you can see and informing the public of what's there to do. I would like to see that energy continue through the whole year. Bridging the gap from the office to the community, because a lot of people doesn't understand what the tourist board really does. So they give a lot of more information and connection. Yeah. And we need to bridge that gap. We need to get people. Sometimes I think that the board self-does a little too much. We need to get the public to do some of it. You had Shireen back just now talking about the signs. We need to get people to donate some of the signs. And we need to get the public. We need to get people who makes money from the industry donate a little more back into the industry to help the industry. And like I said, the staff is doing a pretty good job, and I admire that. And I just want to see that energy continue so it can bridge the gap. People can feel proud and say, wow, this is what we like.
Well, thank you, my brother. Okay. And I think they appreciate that comment as well.
Well,
You want to make a comment?
Well, we thank the caller. We do appreciate the comment, and I do agree that we have to keep the energy. I think what we may be guilty of is perhaps not coming on your show more often to let the public know what we're doing. So we will do better. Yeah. But I want to thank the caller, and we definitely will continue and keep this energy level up.
Well, I'm glad to hear that, because they ain't feel like a try. Yes, Ms. Cricky, you were talking about the People's Choice Awards. So these awards are chosen by the people of the territory?
Okay, let me explain that section.
Okay.
This time, what we have done is we have, within the board, we have committees, various committees for Tourism Month, and the award committee have chosen the types of awards. However, the public is given the opportunity to choose. For instance, one of the awards is the environmental awareness. It's an environmental award. Then we have Destination Wedding Award is one of the sections, and the public will be able to go on to the survey and go through the quick questions that we have, brief questions, and they'll be able to answer the questions on that. If, for instance, for the destination wedding, if it's a favorite photographer, maybe they've had an experience with a photographer, or a favorite wedding venue, they'll be able to choose and say, who would fit into each of the categories.
Okay, I got it. I'm trying to understand this a little better. So there's a website you could go to.
You could go to our website, www.bvitourism.com, and go to the regional news section, and you can find the link to the survey there that will enable you to vote. So each person is given the opportunity to vote for their favorite that is on there.
Okay, so you have a list of awards, and you have a list of persons or organizations.
Okay.
Let me ask, right? Because I gotta get this clear in my head.
No problem.
Okay, so you have a place you can go on the computer, on a website you can go.
Correct.
And you have a list of persons or participants who you're going to be voting for under these various categories.
You have the list of types of awards, and the public is given the opportunity under each of the sections to vote for their own person. We are not telling you who
person in.
Right. We're not telling you. That's why it's the people's choice.
To nominate. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Good. So you could. So if I went to a hotel, a restaurant, and this person I thought gave excellent service, then I could get on the website and go to
the survey,
and I could write in Victorine Cricky was from Village Key, gave me some excellent service, and I want to recommend her as for a People's Choice Award. That's how that works?
Yes, it can be a person. It actually can be an organization for the various areas. It's not just like, say, just a person.
Why don't you walk us through again the various categories slowly?
Okay. Yes.
So that he gets a better understanding.
Okay, let's start from the top. Okay, we have Customer Service Excellence Award.
Right. Okay.
Which, with the Customer Service Excellence Award, what we want people to remember, we have the sector is made up of different areas. So it can be accommodation, it can be whether it's water sports, an attraction, entertainment, food and beverage. It can be an establishment or an individual.
In service, in any type of service, any type of service in the industry.
Correct.
Okay.
And then you have, of course, the Cultural Award, which that can be a group, an individual, various types of entertainers within the industry.
So Culture Award is specifically for entertainers, whether it's dance, drama, music, paintings, photography, that sort of thing.
As long as they portray culture of the people.
Okay. An Environmental Award.
People or organizations that have like best practices, when Natasha was talking earlier about reducing, reusing, and so forth.
Okay, and best ferry service is, of course, self-explanatory.
Well, actually, best ferry service, what we have asked people to consider, things like cleanliness, customer service, service to the community. Do the ferry company meet the demands of the community?
Okay, and the best car rental award.
Yes.
Persons with the same type of
thing.
Yeah. So okay.
Yeah.
Let me get this call. Thank you very much for calling Spotlight. Right ahead, please. Yes, your Spotlight. Speak.
Good evening. I'd like to make a comment. All of this information is available online, and if everybody was really interested in the tourism in the BVI, they might try to access the web page or put it on their favorites or whatever else to let them know what's going on and what's available and what's, you know.
All right, okay, thank you. That's your finish your comment?
That's it.
All right, thank you very much for that call. Is all this information that we're talking about is on the website?
It is.
And the website is?
www.bvitourism.com.
www.bvitourism.com.
Tourism.com.
Okay, and they could go on there and they'll see what, Tourism Month?
Yes, they'll
And
see a list of the activities. They'll see the various awards, and it's right there on the website.
Everything is
and
on-
they can always call the tourist board, of course.
Okay, so
Through social. Everything's available also on Facebook and
Twitter.
and
So all the social networks, BVI Tourist Board is on all the social networks. It's got its own website. You're the webmaster, and you can call the Tourist Board office 4943-134, and you could go on the website www.bvitourism.com, bvitourismboard.com.
Tourism.
bvitourism.com.
Yes.
And all the information that we've been talking about for the
It's
last 2 weeks
online.
is online.
It's online.
Okay, good. But we just bring it out so that they could see you live. They could see the people who's doing it, and
Yeah, so we could explain a little bit about.
explain a little bit about what's happening.
What's happening?
Get a personal touch.
Well, if you want to say that, yes.
Okay, cool. All right, so we have the best car rental, best taxi driver award, and those are all about service and cleanliness of the taxi driver, the taxi cabs, and the professionalism of the taxi drivers and so on, right? And then you got the destination wedding award. So these awards, you could get online, and I'm going through it so that I understand. I figure if I understand, everybody will understand.
No problem.
So you get online on bvitourism.com.
/awards. No?
It's BVI. Go to our website, and if you go to is it the regional news section?
awards. Happy with the changing.
Okay. So you go to the website and go to BVI Tourism website and go to /awards, and they'll be able to pick up all the information there, go through the survey, answer all the questions. And also one of the other things we want everyone to consider, the entire British Virgin Islands when making their casting their votes and making their nominations.
But can I say this too? I think this is an opportunity for us to recognize people in the community, because you just spoke about service and service not being to the standards, and this is giving us an opportunity to recognize those that are given, hopefully, the wow service, you know.
Okay, and of course they'll be chosen by customers.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Correct.
People's choice.
People's choice. And what are they going to win? The persons or the organizations who get these awards, they're going to get a little statue.
At the award ceremony, yes, they will receive.
They're going to get the BVI Tourist Board's version of the statue.
Yes.
Okay.
Is that good?
That's good. And where's the gala event going to happen? Where is that going to? The award is going to be given out at the gala event, right?
Yes, it's going to be given out at the gala event.
And
That's
we still working that out. Cause
not early. We know where it's going to be. It's
you're afraid to say?
For right now, we're not going to say, but we will tell you that all of the awards will be given out at the gala, and it's going to be very festive. So stay tuned for invitations, because it will be a grand affair. We're going to have music.
You're going to have a band?
Of course, and not just a band. Just stay tuned.
You're going to have the band.
And you know what's going to be great? Some of the tourist board.
You're not giving me any scoop.
Some of the tourist board employees will be fashioning at this event.
So you're going to have a fashion show?
All that's going to be mixed in the grand finale.
You're going to be in the fashion show?
I am not going to tell.
You ain't saying a word. So we just have to come and see. That's one of these things.
Yes, exactly. You know, you can't say it all, because, you know, we want to surprise you with a few things.
Oh, okay. So So you have so the gala is going to be November the
30th.
The 30th, and it's going to be at a location to be disclosed.
To be announced.
And be announced, and the awards going to be presented there along with what's going to be involved in the gala event.
Well, there's the award segment. The awards for all of what Ricky just mentioned. We're going to recognize the winner of the photo competition.
Yes.
And we're also going to recognize, remember last week we talked about the inter-agency regatta?
Yes.
So we're also going to recognize the winner, who might be the BVI Tourist Board, but, nonetheless, we'll also recognize the winner. We have sent out the challenge, remember, we sent out the challenge to our partners, customs, immigration, So there's a challenge going on.
So the civil servants going to be competing. The sailors and the civil service is going to be competing.
This is a serious competition.
It's a serious competition.
Serious competition.
Okay.
So
and you're expecting that the tourist board going to win?
Almost definitely. We're challenging them.
Bring
it on.
Y'all look too pretty to be sailors. I don't know how that's going to work.
It's all right. You see, that's all. That's kind of to throw them off. But it's going to be a fun event. We're looking forward to it. We're looking forward to partnering with various industries that we've worked with over the years. We made mention of some of them earlier because obviously the Tourist Board cannot do it alone, and we have partnered with these agencies for many years, and we continue to partner with them to do the work of the people.
So everybody, the whole public is invited to the gala event?
Well,
I mean, you're going to have tickets for sale. I mean, everybody can buy tickets, or it's just industry partners?
Mostly industry partner. The tickets are not for sale. Maybe that's a good idea. Maybe we should sell them, but no.
So I can't come.
You're so special. You will get your own special invitation.
I'm just pulling your leg. But seriously, it's.
The gala is by invitations only. We will be inviting many of our industry partners and the various agencies that we've worked with.
So it's an industry. It's an industry event. It's an industry event.
It is.
It's not really a public event. Okay. Anything I see the countdown to the end of the show is on the screen. So anything that we need to talk about before we wrap up?
There's something you need to say?
Yes, go ahead, Ms. Ricky.
I just want the public to know that the cutoff date for being able to vote is November 11th. So get those votes in before November 11th.
Okay, November 11th. All right, cool. So we've honored the tyranny of the clock, Ms. Melcy. I didn't get the question you I planned to. But we got to get the information. And what the photos are going to win? What the prizes for that?
We have a grand prize for the professional level and a grand prize for the amateur level. I won't say which is which, but there was a 2-night stay donated by Scrub Island, and the other one was a 2-night stay with breakfast from Frenchman's.
Cool. Well, I want to say, I want to remind the viewers to come to the tourism industry meeting, which is Thursday the 1st of November. The church service is Saturday the 3rd. BVI boat show Tuesday the 6th to Friday the 9th. And where is that? Naniki. BVI restaurant we kick off is Friday the 9th, and the restaurant week is Friday the 16th to Saturday the 24th. The table setting competition in Virgin Gorda is Sunday the 11th. The photo competition was Monday
the 12th.
Yeah.
The 12th.
Starts from the 12th.
It starts from the 12th to Friday the 30th. That's the exhibition.
Yes.
That's the exhibition, right? Okay. Keep the launch of the Keep It Clean campaign is Tuesday the 13th. Tourist Board Virgin Gorda open house is Wednesday the 14th. Film workshop is Thursday the 15th to Saturday the 17th. Interagency regatta that Tourist Board swear they're gonna win, but you know better. race around Tortola is Friday the 16th to Saturday the 17th. The Green Tourism Workshop is Monday the 19th to Thursday the 22nd. The Tourist Board Open House in Tortola is Friday the 23rd. Tourist Board Family Feud, which is going to be an interesting game, is Saturday the 24th, and that's going to be in the auditorium. And the grand finale and awards, the gala event, is Friday the 13th. Friday the 30th. I gotta go. Thank you all very much for coming again, and it was a real pleasure. Lots of information, and I hope that this won't be so long for me to see you on Spotlight again.
Thank you for having us.
I want to thank all my guests for the Tourist Board for coming and answer questions so diligently and forthrightly. It's a real pleasure. Next week, the spotlight is going to be on La Vista Community College. President Dr. Carl Dawson will be here to discuss the accomplishments and upcoming events of the college. Ms. Geraldine Ritter-Freeman, she is the newly appointed Director of Communications and Public Relations. She's going to be here to talk about her new role and her vision for the marketing of HLSCC. So be sure to tune in to Spotlight every Tuesday evening at 8 o'clock, every Tuesday evening at 8 o'clock, and every Sunday afternoon we broadcast at 2:30. And that's, of course, right here on JTV Channel 55. Thank you for watching. Thanks for your words of encouragement. Continue to email me at jtvspotlight@yahoo.com. And don't forget, again, to check us out on Sunday afternoon at 2:30 on JTV for the rebroadcast. You could get a handle on every Spotlight program on jtvlive.net. If you miss anything tonight, you could, if you miss anything on Sunday, you could also go to the online, jtvlive.net, and get the information of it. I am Ed Juenka, reminding you that when the Spotlight is on, you see the facts. Peace and blessings.
This program is sponsored by the law firm of J.S. Archibald & Co. and by the trust company J.S. Archibald Trust Services Limited, both of Rotown, Tortola, BVI.